We're here. We're here.
How's everybody doing?
Yeah. Mickey's dancing.
I can tell.
Mickey's dancing like the gopher in what's that? When you I'm all right.
Caddyshack.
What is my problem? All right.
That looks good.
Hello and welcome to episode 27 of Carvers and Creators, a weekly demonstration and discussion with pumpkin carvers, sculptors, and multi-talented artists. We humbly ask that you please consider giving us a like and a follow on the platform you're watching us on. And please let us know in the comments where you're watching from and if you have any questions for the carvers and our special guest. My name is Michael Mondragon, and I'll be running the show, moderating comments, and chiming in from time to time. Let's meet the carvers. First, he is an artist and sculptor from Boston, Massachusetts, and he is the 2019 champion of Food Network's Outrageous Pumpkins, Paul Dever.
Hey, happy Thursday, everybody. Hi, Matt. Hi, Luke. Hi, Mickey.
Hey.
Next, he is a multimedia sculpture artist from Tucson, Arizona, and a finalist on Halloween Wars 2019 on the Food Network, Matt Harper. Welcome.
Hello, Matt.
Thank you.
Matt.
And our guest today is an artist, illustrator, and pumpkin carver from Sioux City, Iowa. Please welcome Luke Schroder. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
And let me compliment you. Came in hot with the great setup with the pumpkin, and he's got OBS going strong right there. Nicely done.
Hell of a camera setup.
Awesome. So let's review last week's carvings. Matt, this was your carving from last week. Can you tell us a little about it?
Yeah, I'm not real happy with it, but it's okay. So the wheel gave us a perturbed classic monster. So in a short amount of time, I thought Lon Chaney from the Phantom of the Opera from the old 20s or whatever it was when they did that crap. But it was, we had last week, Luke, we had a guy on who is an absolute amazing caricature sculptor.
Cleat Shields.
Cleat Shields, yeah. So look him up. He's phenomenal. But when so I was like in the mode of trying to make it a caricature. So yeah, that's kind of Anyway, move along.
That looks good. I tried the Phantom before. That he's a tough one.
It's a tough one. Yeah. Because that nose.
Yeah.
It's hard to take a picture correctly with that schnoz the way it is, but.
Dude, I think it came out great. I think you're not doing yourself any justice. I think it came out great.
Okay, thank you.
I'm the same way. And Paul, killing it. Oh my God, this is amazing, Paul.
You like it?
Thanks. Love it.
I can find 6 or 7 things about it I don't like, but for the most part, it's all right. He looked befuddled, like somebody fought and blamed it on him. Like what? It wasn't me. He's cool.
I love the curl. Really sells it as like a character.
Like rockabilly, yeah, very.
Yeah.
Hey, mama.
It's very cool. And Matt, you did the same thing with the hair up there as well.
Yeah, he's got some wild hairs going. Not as nice as Paul's. I'm jealous. Damn it.
Oh, stop it. You guys came out great.
Well, Luke, I want to introduce you to someone as kind of like a third member of the show, and this is the Hollow Wheel. So Paul's going to tell you a little bit more about this and how this kind of works. So,
all right, Luke, we've got the wheel. So rather than get really far ahead of ourselves and be super duper prepared, we like to completely throw it out the window and not know what we're doing, which is probably not the smartest idea, but it does push us creatively. So on the outside of the wheel, we're going to have some emotion, from anything from sinister to exasperated. And on the inside will be your subject, whether it's a villain, a pirate, or a classic monster, or even a self-caricature, which Cleet himself put on the wheel for us. So thank you, Cleet. So we're going to spin the wheel for the first time. We're going to get our character. Second time is going to be the emotion.
Okay. All right.
Pretty simple. The hard part's carving it. The easy part is getting it. So if we're ready to spin, let's give it one. Here we go. Ooh, devious. I like devious.
Devious. I love that.
Devious.
Okay.
Mickey, are you writing this down? Because I forgot
Sure
last
am.
week. Yeah.
Yep.
Two things, for crying out loud. Two things.
Yeah.
Oh, devious villain. Could
Oh,
you
yeah.
Thank you, Wheel.
I know. Well, sometimes you got to be careful what you wish for.
Comfort
That's
zone
an
city.
easy one. That could be a problem. Because I don't know what you guys go right to, but I go to the classic long, curly, stashed villain like Snidely. That guy.
Yeah.
Dastardly something? Dastardly dude?
I like that. Yeah. Dastardly.
I don't know, whatever.
Snidely Whiplash.
Snidely Whiplash.
Snidely, yeah. Snidely's the man. But see, and now that's the other thing. So I have one similar. I have a squash similar to yours, Matt.
Oh, yeah?
Mine's missing something, though, that I think yours has, right?
I'm at
Yeah.
Mine's like an angel, if you will. It's very
So,
unanatomically correct.
yeah, I mysteriously picked the one at the store that has
It's already devious.
it's already deviated. It's deviated. I don't know what happened. Somebody had a little problem.
Oh, go to bed.
Septum. You read something else.
I know. Sorry, my mic clipped. Sorry.
No, and so Luke's got. He has
double.
pumpkins, for crying out loud. Let alone the tool. Look at he's got an actual pumpkin.
Oh, yeah. I've got a few here.
Now these are grown by you, right?
Yep.
Look at that.
I can't tell you how it happened, but we ended up with better than a dozen nice pumpkins that we still have a few. It's crazy.
Oh my gosh. So what variety is that? I've never seen one that has like that gray with the white inside. Like that's cool as hell.
What do I look like, a botanist?
Well, no. Not that I could do anything with that information anyway. Just cool. I've never seen one like that.
You didn't ask if you looked at birds. Jeez.
Yeah, well, we just planted a variety of pumpkins, and then they hybridized. And
They cross-pollinated.
yeah. And so we have, 5 different kind of weirdos out there, and I was really looking forward to this guy here. He just seems beautiful.
Yeah, he's got the perfect head shape.
Yeah,
The other one you showed me too has no. It has no like crevice.
Very-
I call it. The skin's so smooth.
Yeah, and there's no
Like greasy
variegation.
feeling. Is it still moist?
Oh yeah, there's a breeze to get through the rind too. I don't know.
Oh, right on.
This is super devious.
Uh-oh.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that doesn't count, by the way. Nice try, though. You can't just make it devious. You have to make it devious.
Are you seeing this curl here?
I see that. That's pretty bad.
That's awesome. I love all those
Curl.
extras.
That reads more exasperated
Okay.
to me than devious, but hey, it's all how you see it. No, that's a good one. I like it.
Yeah.
All right, so if you're going to carve with us, we're going to give you 5 minutes to grab your tools, pumpkin, squash, anything that you want to carve with. But we have a tradition before we start carving is a toast. So let's go around the room. Matt, do you have anything tonight?
I do. I grabbed I got a Sam Adams Cold Snap.
Oh, cold snap, delicious.
And it's a white ale with spices. Little did I know. But I figured when I was walking through the grocery store, I'm like, I got to get something that's more wintry, and this is about as wintry as I could find. Plus, it's Sam Adams, so I'm paying homage to my Boston brethren out there.
My buddy, you'll like cold snap, Matt. That's it's not like just straight run of the mill IPA. It's got a good taste. I'm sure I've had probably 1900 of them
Today.
Yeah, today. No, not today.
What do you got, Paul?
I'll be drinking an 18-year-old Glenfiddich single malt Scotch.
Wow.
With my round cue ball ice cubes that my lovely wife Lenore got me for Christmas.
Nice.
She's
Nice
supporting
work.
my drinking habit. That's what she's doing with fancy ice cubes.
Luke, do you have anything?
Yep. This is 11-year-old Kentucky moonshine that a friend gave me when he quit drinking. And,
Perfect.
it's pretty smooth.
Yeah. Hello. Wow.
We'll finish it yet. We got some carving to do still.
All right. No, that's just club soda. I'm being good tonight.
Club soda. Okay. So I actually was hoping that it was something harder, but that's okay because I'm actually breaking a streak here. let's see, this is our 27th episode, and I do a beer baseball blog. We've done 30 something in that, and this will be the first time I did not have a craft beer, but I'm bringing something pretty cool. You may have seen this recently. It's called Liquid Death. Is anybody familiar with this?
Yes.
That's dangerous stuff, man.
Overpriced water.
I don't know.
It could be termed as overpriced water. That's exactly where I thought you would go with this. But Liquid Death is actually very cool. The mission of it is to get away from bottled water, which is not as recyclable as you would expect. Going to aluminum, and it's also, if I look here, let me make sure that I'm. They actually feature a whole bunch of artists, including animator Will Carsola, best known for Adult Swim's Mr. Pickle. So the art and the box and everything is all artist run. And if you go to their website, they have some of the coolest merchandise ever. It's really cool. And it's not what I expected. I expected this to be more what Luke was drinking in a can. But it's really good water, and it actually has a cause behind it. So I'm breaking tradition for this because I wanted to put that out there.
Well, that's awesome. I'd like to say bullshit. You don't break tradition. And I'd love to know, well, first of all, what were they paying you for that stinging endorsement? And how much is a can of Liquid Death?
Well, if Liquid Death would like to become a sponsor of the Carvers and Creators, we're open to it. So,
right. But same thing with Glenn Fittich. I'm open to it.
Yeah.
Glenn Levitt, get a hold of me. I changed my mind.
Hey, right on. That didn't last long.
Right now, the phone lines are open.
Cheers, boys.
To all of you.
Yeah, cheers to everybody.
Cheers,
happy carving.
Cheers, guys. Let's make some devious villains.
Devious villains. Oh man, wrong shape. This will be a challenge.
Yeah. So I grabbed another thing, Mickey. I have my anatomically incorrect buddy right here, but I don't know if he's going to become a devious villain. So I had this giant nuggety pumpkin that was out in front of my house for the longest time, and I'm starting to carve into it. And I see all these dry spots, and so this might be a throwaway. But as we sit here right now, I'm going to take a shot at it because devious villain doesn't speak in a long ball-shaped thing to me. So we'll find out.
Yeah.
Wow, this thing sucks inside. Whoa.
So, guys, I think I'm already done.
Yeah. He's done.
This is Cobra Commander.
Oh, right on. Spray it with a little cam and get it shiny. You might be onto it.
Yep.
That's great.
So Luke, you actually work as a tattoo artist and pumpkin carver. And one thing I also noticed about when you put stuff out there is the fact that you will do anything. You'll make reproductions. You'll do illustrations. And so what is it that you like to do the best? Is it pumpkin carving? Is it tattoo, illustration?
I get asked that all the time, and it's so difficult to answer. But I think because of the limited scope you have for pumpkin carving, that it's the rare gem. So I get off on that a lot because it's seasonal. It's only going to happen for a little bit of time. It's strictly Halloween usually, so it's I love that. It's a real celebration of doing something that not everybody sees, and it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
If I do it in Christmas, I'd love to sculpt snow, but we haven't gotten any decent snow to make anything with. But I love it all. Whatever I can do to create. Tattooing is very rewarding most of the time.
Yeah.
And that's the only time I'll ever consider doing reproductions, really, because somebody wants something, and if it's a piece of art that I really respect, I definitely will do that. Mm-hmm. But I usually insist on being a custom tattooer, much to the chagrin of my clientele most of the time.
Yeah,
they'll come in and just show you a picture, and I'll be like, that's cute, but 300,000 other basic people have that. You know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they get a custom piece, and I think it makes them feel better. It certainly makes me feel better at the end of the day.
That's
feel like
it's original art, yeah, as opposed to just mimicking somebody else's.
Yeah, there should be an expression of you more than me, but that should also be a unique expression. So I strive to make it unique for everybody.
That's great. So speaking of tattooing, I had a friend. I have a couple spots on my body that are all damaged and inked up, you know, like anyone else. But we were talking, and she was asking me about pumpkins and stuff like that, and I was telling her about, you know, I go, how beautiful is it to know that your thing is going to be on that person forever? So it's very permanent, you know, because it's on their skin forever. And she had a great perspective and said, no, this is one of the most temporary things in the world, because for her, she puts it on somebody and never sees them again. So it's like, and that art is now out in the world somewhere. Yeah, it's hers, but it's fleeting. So, you know, she loves it. She takes a photograph of it. So in a lot of the ways we do pumpkins, the camera is kind of our only and final, you know, way of recording it.
Yeah,
so it's pretty interesting perspective.
It can be like that. I feel a converse way, because I work in permanent most of the time, and these pumpkins, you make them and then they rot and they leave you and they break your heart.
Yeah.
But I live in a pretty small community, so when I tattoo somebody, I mean, odds are pretty good I can see them again, and if they want to, they can see me. So
they know where you live. Yeah. Okay.
So but that's only because of the scope of my ink reach, you know. I've had people come in from all around the world, really, to get tattooed by me, and that's cool.
Yeah.
And I don't see them a lot, but, you know, they're like anything. Now that piece of art is out walking around, making me sick about it sometimes. You know, like, oh man, I knew that picture turned out good, but I hope it healed right. And
good point. Yeah.
I don't see them in 3 years, and then my heart just sinks because I worried all that time for nothing. The tattoo looks great.
Do you ever have ones that don't heal right? I mean, I think anymore with modern, you know, techniques and stuff, they all pretty much do a pretty good job healing, right? I mean, I guess there's always people who don't take care of them.
Yeah, it's so many factors in that. Aftercare is usually pretty easy, but skin conditions are variable by so much.
Yeah, sure.
And the speed at which a tattoo gets delivered can be a factor. But at the end of it, that's in somebody else's hands, you know?
Sure.
Like this one you've got on screen right there, you wouldn't believe how fast that got done.
Really?
Yeah. That's an enormous piece. I mean, I'm not saying she has an enormous leg, but I did that much work in probably 3.5 hours.
Wow. Holy crap.
It was, you know, that's when things are just singing and working great.
You're in the zone. Yeah.
Yep.
Unbelievable. So is that drawn on her skin kind of freehand and then done, or do you do a full like sketch? Because I know some folks, you know, they'll do it with the blue ink or the blue, you know, paper, whatever you call it, and then press it on there. And then...
Yeah, I did like a really quick little paper sketch, and she knew that I knew what I was doing. And then I did like this. She wanted a monster kraken from space, and I was like, yeah, I talk to that guy all the time. So,
I know him.
Yeah. So I drew a really quick like scribble of it, and she's like, yep, I think I know.
I love it.
Yeah, that I got more done on that piece now, around the back of her knee and stuff, which was really pleasant.
Oh, nice. Oh my God, ouch.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
Do you
local artist around here? Hello, Jessica.
Oh, nice. Do you when you tattoo somebody like on a place that's extremely painful, like the under your arm or behind your knee or your spine or something like that, or your feet are hurt really bad? Is it tough to get them to sit still, or do you have techniques to get them? You just tie them down and say, you know, bite on this rope, and is there ways to get them to hold still? Because I imagine you can screw up a nice piece with them moving, right?
Oh yeah. You just got to impart to them that information. Like a lot of this is up to you. You can make this very pleasant, or you got to earn your tattoo. It's more than just money. Otherwise, in the future, we'll all have bionic arms. You can just drop it off, and I'll tell you, pick it up tomorrow at 3.
Yeah.
But right now, you have to earn it, not with money. You have to earn it with your body and mind. It's like a mindset. But usually, like if I can vibe with somebody, and we can laugh and crack wise and have a good time, that helps so much with.
Oh, I bet.
Okay. State of mind.
Heck yeah. Okay. Wow. Look at that.
Nice.
That was a fun one too.
God. It's beautiful. I just don't see me getting it. I know that I see amazing tattoos every day. I'm like, I don't know if I get that, but I absolutely love and respect it. But it just boggles my mind what people come up with to put on themselves sometimes.
Yeah, I've tried to kind of establish that I'm a horror guy, and if you're going to me for horror, you did the right thing.
Yeah. Man. Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, those are fun.
God.
A lot of detail.
That tree, that's insane.
Thank you very much.
It's smoking a pipe and waving.
The clouds behind it and the look on his face. Unbelievable.
That one's probably 6 years old. That was fun.
Yeah, really amazing work.
The center one is a cover up of some red cherries on a knee. That ain't fun.
Oh,
ouch. Yeah. So you live in Sioux City, Iowa?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. How far is that from Marshalltown and Des Moines and everything?
Oh, a couple hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
What? I've been to the Iowa State Fair before. And it was amazing to me. It's I never saw so many combines in my life. They had them all on display, and it was just fascinating stuff. These giant, massive machines, and they had a pig that was so big it couldn't stand up.
Yeah,
I remember that. And they made a Harry Potter cow out of butter.
Yes, they do that one. I kind of want to get involved with that sometime. I think it'd be fun.
Oh heck yeah!
Butter. But they're gonna get a zombie. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, they're gonna get evil. Something's gonna be evil, no matter what.
Yeah. There's the butter cow, and there's the butter Cenobite from Hellraiser. Annual tradition.
McFrazzle Stash Studio reminds us, home of Slipknot.
Also
Awesome.
true.
Oh,
Yeah.
Who knew?
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Can't say that again.
Yeah, this was the first year. Last year was the first year in 3 that I didn't go to Iowa, because I usually go to Cedar Rapids and Des Moines. My girlfriend goes to a conference.
And you go to baseball games.
And weirdly, I find myself at minor league baseball games.
Oh,
That's and drinking craft beer. So isn't that a shocking occurrence? But obviously last year kind of thwarted that. But no, I'm looking forward to going back out there. Wow, these things are coming together really quickly here.
To find that even 2 of you have been to Iowa is
Hey, I went to Waterloo and saw independent baseball. That's how nerdy I am.
Wow, I love that song.
Waterloo.
Oh, I thought you meant.
Is that by ABBA?
Yes, sir.
I thought you meant independent baseball by Slipknot.
Yeah.
I got my nose broken to that song.
I have independent baseball by Slipknot on repeat right now in my head.
Oh yeah.
That's so funny.
Well, yeah, you remember that because I think I had my ankle fractured to Mother from Danzig back in the day.
Oh, nice.
Paul,
Was that an electric fracture?
You think?
I'm a huge Danzig head.
Oh, I love Danzig.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the days.
Mother's the first time I learned to play on the drums, because it is a very
Oh,
dude.
What's the drummer's name? What's the drummer's name?
Chuck Biscuits.
Attaboy. He didn't give a shit.
Nope, not about nothing.
Just sit backstage and draw.
Yep. Show up to band photo day in a red and white sweater. Everybody's in black leather, and he's like, "No, I don't know what you're talking about."
Was there a dress code? I didn't know.
Yeah.
Oh, we have to be mean looking? Nah.
Yeah.
He was a big boy too, right? Probably Matt, probably your size. Matt's a big boy. No one's my size.
I'm not
No
even my size.
Ooh. Nikki, I noticed something I've noticed is you have not been carving lately.
No, I haven't. I've been.
Son of a motherless. Anyway.
Yeah, I had a feeling that you'd bring that up, and
Ball flew.
actually, we haven't been able to get. I actually have one butternut squash, but I think it might be too hard at this point. But yeah, I'm waiting for. I have everything ready to go, but I don't have anything to carve right now, so we're kind of waiting on some stuff. Actually, my girlfriend is trying to grow pumpkins, so
Saw that.
she's doing it pretty well. They're actually coming in, much like Luke was talking about before. We just put them down and just see what grows and what comes in. It's been a really tough growing season here in California, but
Is that because of all the? I'm assuming because of the fire.
No, because of COVID.
because of COVID.
Everything's just
masks on all
coming out
the
of the
seed.
ground.
Well, for some reason, it doesn't rain here anymore. And that's a concern.
I believe that.
Yeah. So we have really long droughts, and but I think that also adds to the fire portion of it. But yeah, it hasn't been great. But it's also been kind of wonky weather where, I would say it's very comparable to Arizona weather. Matt and I grew up in Arizona, but I would say that there's been Arizona days here a lot more, more recently than usual.
Mickey, it's raining here right now, so
Lucky.
yeah,
What
Lucky.
I know. We've needed it, so.
I hope
Yeah,
it doesn't
love
rain
Arizona
when I
rain.
get out there. I want some sunshine when I come out there in April.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you get plenty. Yeah, you're coming out at the right time.
Perfect.
Okay, what I just finally got this.
Wow, I noticed that you were even using a
God damn, this
freaking knife for the most part.
Well, this stuff, if you can see, like in this corner right here, it's all dry. So I have to dig way down. Thankfully, it's really thick, but I'm just jiggling myself all over the place here.
I'm sorry, what?
What now?
Did I hear that correctly?
No. Oh God! There we go. Okay. Yeah, it's. I'm starting to get to a surface. God knows what our villain's going to look like, but I'm getting
Hey,
surface.
well, great, man.
Ah, hell. You know how you start, a couple times in the last year, well, Paul and I have been carving, I've had a couple of droughts where you just kind of lose your mojo. And there's about 3 in a row that I would make and hate and chuck out in the desert and like be so mad at myself after like 3 hours of sitting there thinking it's coming along, and all of a sudden it's just terrible. And anyway, I just hope I distanced myself from that and did some nice ones again, but that I liked. But I'm like honestly afraid of that at this point.
If you were close enough to me right now, I'd bitch slap you.
Yeah, that's what I
Come
need.
on. You're amazing.
You can act like a man.
And I hope your next pumpkin is a masculine.
Hey, actually, Luke, it was really masculine. He just chose not to carve it.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Ding bong.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I could put this in somehow. I don't know where or how, but this Mr. Nuts could make an appearance.
I think you might be the only one thinking that. I see a butt.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Thank you, Matt, my most valued friend.
One thing I thought was cool about carving out in Arizona is like you can watch those things start to evaporate. Like I saw moisture coming out of them while I'm carving them in the sun, and it's so cool. But they dry out so fast.
Yeah, let's talk about that because folks, Luke has had an amazing experience with Ray Villafane and got to carve alongside him for for, was it 2 years ago?
Yes, that's right. Be correct.
Yeah, 2 years ago in Carefree at his thing.
Yeah.
And just, I'd love to hear your just give us your experience. Tell us what days were like and how much fun it was.
It was so much fun. I was out there a good 2.5 weeks before there was that event, and so we had to get ready for it. And we got to build the sets and work on the sets that they've already had built and set up, and work all the little sight gags and stuff like that. So to be part of that, like, brainstorming process and come up with little stories and all the dumb little flair that would go into the show was so fun.
Yeah,
like,
I bet.
Everybody who's watching this knows who Ray Villafane is, and everybody respects the hell out of that guy, and I love him. And so I think the year before I thought, you know what, I'm ready. I want to throw in and see if I can carve with some of the best in the world. And so I sent out an email to somebody on his team and say, hey, I'd love to be available and part of it. And they said, no, we're full up on that.
Yeah.
All right. So is Ray doing a master class? He said, well, yeah, we'll do that master class. So I went out there and took the master class and got to meet him and a few other people on the team, and got to kind of show my stuff. And I still learned a lot,
Yeah.
And then it was on. We were, pretty fast friends since 2 years ago. He's a great guy, really creative and super skilled and humble. Shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had a blast. That was the time of my life doing
That's
that.
awesome. Do you think you do it again? I guess he's got to have it again. Or, I mean, he had a different thing in Mesa this year, but you think you'd?
Yep, he can call me, and I'm there.
Love
Just
it.
so much fun. Like, he has a cool outlook. Like, I'm a real cynical, don't shit your pants, hot shot kind of guy from Iowa, and so I got imposter complex like anybody does,
Right.
and so it's just kind of just hanging around with him, and his family and all the other artists around was a real eye opener. Like, you can use a change every once in a while and start to think and see yourself and the world around you a little different. And I thought that's another thing I didn't expect to take away from that I did. It was great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's all about the karma, Ray.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I tried to balance some rocks and shit like that too.
Yeah, good. I just feel like, but I'm wicked impatient. I don't know if that comes from my part of the country or what, but I just super glued them together and it took like 10 minutes. I don't know what takes it.
Yeah.
I'm not a purist. I already had this pumpkin done. You're watching a video of me doing
This is all in reverse. Okay.
Smart move. Oh, I like it.
This thing carves like a dream. I'm telling you.
Really? Yeah, it looks pretty
I'm
good.
so jealous. I'm like hammering away at my little dried out nugget here, and I'm like, damn it.
I mean, I don't know how far I can push this, but I can't make a squish on this thing.
I love it.
I got to really push in for this.
Ah, how cool. That is awesome.
All right. Guess we've been at it about 20 something minutes. So.
That's it. Yeah, we got plenty of time. And by the way, you don't have to finish it here. I mean, we try to get close, and then what we'll do is Mickey we'll find that and we'll post it, your final shots, and kind of do a little fun thing on social media, especially Instagram and whatever. But
Instagram.
Yeah, this is pretty
that's
fun.
you know what, that one might be my favorite one from you, Luke.
Yeah,
I like the realism of it.
It looks like a dead body. I mean, it's so it's like clay almost. It's just beautiful. Yeah.
The pumpkin looks like the same exact thing you're carving now too. That same. Did you take the seeds?
Yeah, I've still got them. I can show them to you right now, in fact. But like, that was also when we grew, and boy, was I happy. I could have carved that pumpkin right there all the way around. Matter of fact, I might as well show you.
You still got him?
Oh yeah, here he is.
Oh, perfect. Oh, how
wow.
did you get that? How the son of a.
Oh my
That dried
God.
out. That's how they dry out there, huh?
No, this is how
What'd you do?
This is how this one's drying out, and I'm not doing nothing with him either. He's just sitting on the porch. You
No
know?
kidding. It's that dry
Oh
hair.
my God.
It's got so much charm. You know, the way it's sinking in, and I
Yeah.
love it.
Super cool.
I mean,
Is it
obviously,
soft or is it completely dehydrated now?
it's not completely like. This is pretty hard. This is like
Yeah.
Okay.
You could,
pretty hard, but I can squish him a little bit.
yeah. Wow.
Wow.
That's cool, man. That's a rarity. Yeah.
I got one from a couple more years ago. Also, he sits on the porch. You know, he's
Jesus
real.
Christ. The mailman must be scared to death to come up on
Wait,
your porch.
let's see. Yeah, is somebody driving by your house, they're thinking you're gonna have some fat girl in a well down in your basement. Don't hurt my
Yeah.
dog, lady.
She's got the perfect carving skin.
She's a great big fat pumpkin.
With a great big fat pumpkin. That's a good one too. I love it.
Oh
I
my
did this
God.
one to warm up earlier, kind of kick the dust off.
Oh, nice. Jeez, look at that
Wow,
smile.
pumpkins are so round, man. So they're like melons in a way.
Yeah, it smells a lot like it too, but boy, carved really nice.
Yeah, it's very
Wow.
nice. Dude, you should be
I gotta get
marketing.
me some Iowa pumpkins next year.
Yeah, I'll send you some
Well,
seeds.
Get those hybrids, dude. Get the Schroder. We'll call it the Schroder.
Yeah, with the
But-
Schroder hybrids.
The secret is like, Mick, you're growing, your girlfriend's growing. The thing is when you go out there and walk by the patch, you got to do one of these. Don't let them see you. Don't let them see you.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
key.
Don't let them hear you talking about them or thinking about them.
Yeah.
Just don't care. Be as indifferent to them as possible. And
You got to be aloof. Yeah.
Give
They
them-
Mm.
catch up on that stuff.
Make them
I like
want
that.
you.
I will definitely put that out there. That's probably a good thing.
It's like the girl at the prom, or the school dance.
Yep.
You got to play coy.
Play
Yeah,
cool.
we all know about that. We're artists, obviously. We know all this.
My favorite when I tried him out here in Arizona, and I got one that was about the size of a basketball, and it was wonderful to. Oh,
I like that.
oh, okay, but he's about there. But yeah, so I grew him a few years ago and put in probably $2,000 worth of water. I tried to shade him. I did all this stuff and got two little piddly. Anyway, it was a big waste of time and money. But the fun part was, carving your own is kind of there's nothing like it. It's like this is mine. But the interesting thing when you grow pumpkins, there's a boy and a girl flower, and there's and depending on the weather and other conditions, there's more females to males or vice versa. And what some farmers do is they forcibly mate the flowers.
Mhm.
And
I had to.
Yeah, and it is almost because you're taking this long skinny thing, right? And you're breaking it off, taking the flower petals off, and you're putting it in this other thing, and it's very, it's like humans almost, and it's you almost apologize to them at the same time, like, hey, this has got to hurt you more than it hurts me. But you're gonna make a good pumpkin. You're gonna make a
love
good
each
baby.
other.
But you're gonna make a beautiful baby.
That's right. That looks like, is that like a big kabocha, Matt? No.
You know what? I can't tell you the variety. It's like a blue. On the outside, it almost reminds me of a Hubbard squash.
Yeah.
Because it has that same kind of grayish blue skin.
Yeah, it's like this one too.
But it's really like nuggety and like a giant. It almost looks like a giant bell pepper. But
Yeah.
it's a mile thick. So now that I've gotten the dry stuff off, I think I'll be able to make something out of this. But we shall see.
We shall see.
Wait, what are we carving again? Villain.
Sinister
Villain.
villain.
Sinister villain.
Bell pepper. Devious
Bell-
pepper.
Giant bell pepper. Okay.
Devious villain. I'm not doing sinister. If you want to do sinister, you got to roll that wheel again.
Was it
'cause I'm doing,
sinister or devious?
I'm doing devious.
What the hell
Okay,
is the
devious.
difference? What's the difference?
Devious villain.
Mickey wrote it down.
Mickey, I need to know the difference.
I'm going to do
Before
a
I do
redundant antagonist.
Good point. I need to know.
Okay, villain. Think, you bastard.
Yeah. No, I wasn't kidding around. And it still didn't work. The groundhogs ate everything.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's another thing we're having trouble with here. We have a lot of critters, and they've been kind of, and insects and stuff like that. And we actually have a lot of coyotes. And it turns out the coyotes actually were actually helping our garden by nabbing the critters here.
Oh, yeah?
So unfortunately, the coyotes like to eat dogs. So we have a dog. So it's a little bit of a it's a lot of nature around here. It's learning about the ecosystem, right? Learning what. So
Just
what
glad
kind
you
of what's that?
I was going to say, I thought you were just about to say we had a dog.
No, we're
Coyotes.
yeah. So we have a lot of them. They roam around here. They come out of the hills and stuff like that, and so it's not good. What do you have there, Luke? As far as things that would take from your garden?
I have a woodchuck that lives in my garage.
Okay.
In the garage.
Yeah, it's like the groundhog woodchuck kind of same thing.
Yep.
But,
Did you find out how much wood he can chuck yet?
yeah, he sent me a text. He doesn't like to talk to me. He just,
Oh yeah.
says 13. 13. Eat shit. Stop bothering me.
The millennial groundhog. He'd rather text.
Clearly.
13, LOL. You know what I said to him? I said, "All right, bet."
You should text him back and say, I'm going to unfollow you on Instagram.
Oh, he'll bite you.
Oh, he won't like that a bit.
I don't think he really bothers most of my the pumpkins we grow or anything like that. He goes and eats other stuff that we grow. I don't think he's really been that big of a problem. Kind of cute.
That's good.
Well, they say the way to keep money a garden is to feed them, right? Like I have a problem with squirrels too. We have a million squirrels, and they chewed a hole right through the top of my trash barrel. That's their McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever we try to grow anything in the backyard, they just right down out of the tree, take a big bite, run away.
Oh, those squash vine borers, man. That's what I hear, the sad stories about those for all my friends trying to grow them. I don't know what you got to do. Some black magic to get rid of those things.
Mm-hmm. It's called a pellet gun.
For insects? All right. It's going to be a dead eye.
You gotta be a really good shot.
What do you think? You guys out there are the only ones that know how to shoot? Yeah, we don't have those. We have, I think the biggest threat was the beetles. We have these Japanese beetles that kind of destroy everything.
Yep.
Thanks a lot, Japan. Jesus.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Japanese beetles. You gotta get rid of them.
Dude, that was spot on. I thought, Mickey, I looked down and I thought you were literally playing a soundbite.
I wish.
Bravo, brother. Bravo.
I run a political satire pumpkin carving show over on Twitch.
Oh, that's nice. You have to get the name of that because I think I'm going to have to sign
A lot of ad revenue.
How many Bernie memes have you made from that picture of him that's going around?
I've made 67% of the top 2% of those Bernie Sanders sitting down memes.
I used his mittens.
Those are funny. They're killing me.
I know. I had to make my own today. I had to make at least one. I did him as a Russian dancer with the legs out.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it was good.
I've seen them in. Everybody's putting them in with like death metal band photos and stuff.
Yeah. I saw him with the Beastie Boys earlier too.
Yep.
The 67%.
Yep.
I'm asking you for your support. You know who you always reminded me of? Remember the anteater from Pink Panther? He kind of has that You know,
Yeah.
Did he have an accent like that?
A little bit.
he sounds a lot like him. You know, I don't know who that actor was, but they probably were neighbors or something.
Oh, it was like shoot. He was in Caddyshack 2, I think.
Oh, that's too bad.
Oh, Jackie Gleason.
Jackie Gleason.
Yes.
No,
Yeah, that's
Jackie,
Jackie Mason.
Jackie Mason.
Fonza Moon. What the Fonza Moon is? It's someone who
Oh.
fought.
Yeah. How am I supposed to? Yeah.
He's the Fonza Moon.
Oh yeah, he was great.
Oh man.
The Jerk, forget it, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Cut. Yeah. It's going over the.
That's right. Right, and he ran the gas station in the Jerk.
Oh, that's
Jackie
right. Okay,
Mason.
yeah. He hates these cans.
Be somebody.
That guy's gonna put holes through you if you're not careful.
Nice. Yeah, a lot of our talks, by the way, Luke, they especially mid carve, they digress quite quickly, and
Yeah.
sometimes we'll go to wrestling, sometimes they'll go to 80s movies.
Oh no.
So,
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Yo.
yeah.
That's all you needed to tell me is like, God, I can hear my wife's upstairs probably listening to us, and she's, oh, you had to say wrestling in 80s.
Oh yeah.
Danger zone. Dig it.
I tell you, Gene Mean.
Gene Mean.
No,
Oh,
I
Mean.
mean, I'm gonna do it. I know I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try not to do it, but I'm gonna do it.
We've awoken the sleeping tiger.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So Luke, when was the first time you saw live professional wrestling?
Oh
Where
man,
and when?
that had to be right here in Cowtown, USA, as Lex Luger put it.
Oh wow, nice.
And,
Total package, Lex Luger.
Probably 88.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. Had a really good time, but it was like I think Lex was there, I think Sting was there, and then it was all undercard guys like, oh, here's Paul Winters. Oh no, Paul Winters is here. He's not supposed to be here tonight.
S.D. Jones.
Yes.
SD Jones.
S.D. Special Delivery.
That's right. Well, okay, Paul, if you're so smart, where is SD Jones from?
Quincy, Massachusetts.
He's from Antigua in the West Indies. How dare you?
Oh, shit. You know it.
Stone Throw.
That's where S.D. Jones was from. That wasn't where my buddy Roy, S.D. Jones, was from.
Oh,
So,
gotcha.
Character location.
That would have been deep if I would have known that.
I never seen him win one match. He always was the guy that had to lose.
Yep.
You remember Ricky the Dragon Steamboat?
Yeah.
Okay. So we saw him. Mickey and I actually. Well, I'll back up. Mickey and I went and saw Andre wrestle Hulk
Whoa.
at the Madhouse on McDowell in downtown Phoenix,
Right.
and we went. And there was a massive undercard, but I think who's the guy? Oh, not Ricky Steamboat, but who's the guy who always his knees, Mickey? Like he'd always like don't touch his knees. I was like always really bad.
Oh, Tito Santana.
Tito.
Yeah.
He was on the undercard.
Yeah.
And that was like his Achilles heel, right? It was.
Yeah.
You know, somebody get him in a figure four, and it would be the end of the world. And the looks on his face, and then Ray the Hammer Valentine, the looks on his face.
Yeah.
He was the Campbell Soup kid, just like he was beautiful. Anyway, I still remember those times so well. But yeah, just stay the hell away from his knees.
That's
God's
right.
sake.
Yeah,
What
they're
a thing to be known
weak.
for.
Very weak.
So I was just there was actually a question out there from it was on Twitter. It's from a thing called Fight TV, which is, you know, they do like a lot of wrestling pay-per-views and stuff like that. But they're probably like, what was the very first wrestling event you went to? And I actually found mine. It was actually January 13th, 1985. Get this card. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Ivan Putski versus Mr. Fuji.
Nice.
Special Delivery Jones versus Magnificent Morocco.
Nice.
Dick Murdoch and Adrian Adonis versus the Briscoe brothers, Jack and Jerry Briscoe.
Don't even remember them.
These names are just hilarious.
Yeah. Wendy Richter versus Judy Martin.
I remember
Oh,
when you
women's wrestling.
Greg Valentine versus Tito Santana. So that was they were fighting over the Intercontinental Championship at that time. And then this is actually the anniversary of Hulk winning the title in '84. So it was a year that they did this. Hulk Hogan versus the Iron Sheik.
The Sheik.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And there was a lot of blood, and it was great.
WrestleMania, Pontiac Stadium.
Yeah. Pontiac, Michigan.
I humiliate you, jabroni.
I humiliate you in front of 83,000 people.
Fuck your ass.
Sorry,
Break your back. Make
Show.
you humble.
Make you humble. I apologize to all of our kindergarten viewers out there.
All right. But
They got
Actually, Iron Sheik probably got more popular as the years progressed. But yeah, it was a big deal, and it's still going. Not wrestling, but still going as far as like being a character.
How is he alive, that guy?
What was the tag team name of him and Nikolai Volkov? What was the tag team name?
It's funny because back then they didn't really have like those teams didn't really have names, but
Art Foundation, the British Bulldogs.
That's what those, and then the Killer Bees and stuff like that, the Rougeau brothers and stuff like that. But they started having them after that.
They were like it's not the Axis of Evil, something like that, but
maybe
that was kind of later on though.
There was different ones. Yeah, the later on was like the Bolsheviks with Nikolai Volkov and Boris Zukov. But they, like I said, like in '85 they didn't really have a lot. Yeah, I mean a big thing would have been like the East-West connection or something like that, or the Can-Am connection. So it wasn't like a big deal.
God.
Because tag team wrestling used to be like they would just kind of throw two guys together and they would just be a team. It wasn't. Right. Then they came out like British Bulldogs and stuff like that. They were like specialized team and branded.
Mm-hmm.
They were awesome.
This is way too much. I mean, I'm sure we've completely, thoroughly. Is there anybody still watching? Yes.
Bunch of marks worked up into a mark lab.
Bunch of wrestling nerds.
That's right.
I love the voice. That's good. That's good.
Oh, mine?
No, like how I think it was your mom. Like we end up like going to the voices, every time.
Yep.
Oh
yeah.
Man. Yeah.
So, Luke, did you the road to pumpkin carving for you? Was that just the same thing where you saw people do? You saw like guys like Ray and Lenny and all those guys and doing it on Food Network and whatnot? Because before that, I'd never even seen that style.
Yeah, exactly. When I saw that Halloween Wars, I think it was probably 2009. I think I went out probably the next day or something and started to mock up my own tools. I was dead broke. This is probably like my 4th year of tattoo and still broke, not making any money. And I had an idea of just bending hacksaw blades and I was wrapping cardboard around them and taping it into a handle and making that work for even like
wow.
That. And the next year I just made my own tools, and
awesome.
I was broken. So then I came up with getting the pottery tools and sharpening them up a little bit, and then still making my own tools here and there.
Wow.
Exactly though. Do you
still have one of those old tools? I don't think
Oh, I bet I do somewhere. Yeah. I remember one of them I still have is got a cardboard handle wrapped around a
cardboard handle. Nice.
And then I use like concrete twist ties. Like it's a little wire you twist around rebar when you're pouring concrete. And I twisted a couple of those around the cardboard to keep it better than the tape. And I'd cut my hands all to pieces.
Oh my God.
On the twisted ends of those. Like I suffer for this craft, you know what I mean? But yeah, now I've got a couple of little pieces that my sensei Ray gave to me, and I use them all the time.
Yeah, no, I saw you got the double Villafane kit, Luke, right off the bat. It's that black plastic.
Yeah, they're really pretty good. I keep breaking them.
Those are good. Those are good tools. Damn it.
I break all the detail ones
there, Maddie.
What's that?
You know what else are good tools? The Carvers and Creators Kemper tools that we're about to start selling.
Oh yeah, I remember those.
Yep, 5 of our favorite tools we put together into a kit. We're going to be selling them. Made in the USA. Little Kemper.
Yeah.
Is that my Uncle Dave? Hello, Dave. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave.
My pillow.
Yeah. Am I near Lompoc? Lompoc actually isn't too near me, but it is, probably about maybe hour and a half, 2 hour drive. In LA, anything's possible. But yeah, they have a lot of great pumpkin patches there, so that's good to know.
I need to get back out.
You know who was from Lompoc? Who was that cartoon character? Mickey from Wallace and Ladma when we were kids. It was always
that cartoon character.
All right, never mind.
A long fly ball to left field by Harper.
Yeah, I'm. So Wallace and Ladmo, for those who don't know, was like a kid show from like the 50s that actually went into like they actually made it into the 80s, like 83 or 85 was the last shows. So it was on this independent station in Phoenix, but it's like but they used to come out with this one guy used to be all these characters. And then he was also the weatherman on Channel 5 as well.
Yeah. He take his makeup off and like, and today it's hot.
Yeah. Oh no, he was. I'm thinking of Dewey Hopper, but he was like he was actually like a radio personality, more accurately. Yeah. So
sorry,
we diverted.
I derail. I do that quite often. So
it's awesome. Don't you ever apologize for that. That's hilarious.
Really good weathering man impersonation right there too. It's hot.
It's hot. I think actually that's all they ask you to say when you go to Arizona.
Exactly.
Yeah. So how's the weather? It's hot. You're hired.
Can you pronounce this 3-letter word?
Hote. No.
When so me and my wife went to Austin, Texas a couple years ago, and I couldn't believe how many people from Texas were going, "Howdy, y'all. How about this heat?" Isn't it hot here all the time? It's Texas.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, I guess
like
what else can you talk about with the weather, right?
Yeah.
Anymore.
Should we get back to wrestling or keep going with this weather?
Okay. Where would you like to pick up at? So, by the way, 88, that would have been when it was right before it's like World Championship Wrestling. Give me a month. Give me a month that was. I can actually probably break this down.
Wait. What month what are we doing here? I'm getting
month 88. So it was what month of 88? August. So before, it was after the Great American Bash, before Starrcade. Probably had a few Clash of Champions in there.
A few, yeah, of course. 88 was actually a big year for WWF and WCW as they both kind of broke out of. They were having really good pay-per-views.
You know what?
WWF had Survivor Series. What's that?
Can I give Luke just a little bit of inside information here because I'm sure he thinks you're just on for wrestling. Mickey was a professional wrestler. I don't know if you know this over in like Japan, like legit professional wrestler.
All right.
Double back off the top rope type shit.
Me too.
Yeah, like
no, not even kidding.
He probably thinks you're kidding at this point.
I do. I think he thinks I'm kidding.
Go for it. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't look the part, but yeah. In a former life, I was I did it from 98 to 2012. Yeah.
Oh. I would have guessed. I mean, you got that like over the top speaking voice, so it's like definitely.
I agree.
It's a bit gravelly.
All right.
Yeah, that's it. Actually, I went to the. I think it's in Waterloo, Iowa. The Wrestling Hall of Fame. There's Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like
So I actually went to it.
believe
It was actually really super cool, and actually not what I expected. I expected something else, and it was actually it covered like amateur wrestling, Greco-Roman wrestling, Olympics, and then they had a pro wrestling. Yeah, they had a pro wrestling wing. Actually, all the other wrestling was actually cool. Like if you're because it's like the Dan Gable. They had a big Dan Gable exhibit and stuff like that. It was really super cool. So if you're in Waterloo, Iowa, go to the Wrestling Hall of Fame.
Well, when I was a kid, Iowa and ASU were the two wrestling schools to go to.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you wanted to actually wrestle in college, if you went to Iowa, and a lot of those guys ended up becoming pro or semi-pro or whatever they could get their hands on. But yeah, I mean, especially the bigger guys. But yeah, I remember that state is all about wrestling. So interesting stuff.
Yeah, it's a big deal here.
Yep. So I went. Oh gosh,
Wrestling.
Going to wrestling.
Mickey, who's the guy? Not Hacksaw Jim Duggan, but who's the guy with the 2x4 with the big hair?
Yeah, that's Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Hacksaw?
No. You're thinking of Mankind, right?
Maybe.
Not with a 2x4.
Duggan had the 2x4.
No,
I'm thinking of Hillbilly.
He would sit ringside and almost be. He would sit there. Is that Hacksaw?
No, well, that was Hillbilly Jim. He didn't have a.
No. Oh yeah, Hillbilly Jim. Okay.
Yeah.
Big Jim Stud's a different guy. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah.
That was the very first series of the wrestling stars, the giant rubber action figures.
Yep.
You could get Big John Studd, Hulk, and Andre. Andre weighed Andre weighed like $140 and had an afro.
How about Ted DiBiase?
Ted DiBiase, $1 million man.
Freddie Blassie.
Yeah. So our next show, Luke, is going to be, we're just going to sit down and just talk about wrestling the whole time instead of.
I'm sure people will love that.
Can we like wait for all this, everything that's going on to be over, and then we can get together in person and wrestle and talk about and sculpting.
Yeah.
Get all out of breath and talk about. I like to rake out my tools. Come on.
Where did you get the barbed wire from? That was a little aggressive.
And then I use the number 2B for the corner of the eye.
Well, Matt, you brought up Hacksaw Jim Duggan. I actually wrestled on same show as Hacksaw Jim Duggan in Alaska, of all places.
Holy shit!
Yeah, in Fairbanks in Anchorage in 2001. Laurette asks, "Is there any pictures of where was it?" Yeah, well, I mean,
maybe
you can actually look here.
There you go. Nice
that's just a what do you call it? Like a memorial to that guy. So
the machine.
The machine, the disco machine.
Yeah, the machine's been put in the garage.
Put away, ridden hard
with the woodchucks.
Yeah.
They say if it's garage though, it's usually in good condition when you take it out.
Maybe.
But it's gotten older and it needs new springs.
That's right.
So Luke, what drove you to tattooing? Did you have to do a full apprenticeship?
I tried to, but
that always interested me when people used to tell me when I was younger, like you should do tattoos or whatever. It was like, don't you have to do an apprenticeship?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of. The guy who hired me, good guy. He just kind of put me through some tests, and he said, "Nah, you're going to work." And
nice.
I still learned quite a bit, but it was mostly learning on my own. And
trial by fire.
Exactly. And I wish I had a formal education in it, but I just put in my time.
Yeah, so you're on a medium. You're on a medium that's breathing and moving, and it's round, and it's different every single time. I mean, I have such admiration for good tattoo artists like you, because you're literally getting somebody coming off the street and saying, "Hey, I want this here," and and then it's a few hours later they walk out with it. It's just amazing to me. Hey,
Yeah.
from a medium standpoint, I know it's these things are fun from a sculpting, but you're doing it with a heavy object in your hand on a very living. Oh, Lemmy!
Nice.
There's one you would get, Matt.
I would get that. I'd get Lemmy.
Then we got the dead corn slinger there.
I love that. I saw that on your site, and I know that it started as a skull, right, just on the shoulder, and then you did all the rest.
Yep.
How'd that come up? And so obviously this person's from Iowa. There's corn in his bullets, right, or his in his bandolero right there.
Yeah. That part was me, but that's my good buddy Brad. What's up, Brad? I bet you're not watching, you lazy ass. But yeah, he's got a couple of corn-related tattoos that I've done on him, and we're just gonna keep going with that.
That's a good theme.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Is he a farmer?
Oh,
But he is from Iowa, so there you go.
That's right.
well, I'm not either, man. Jeez. Let's see, you're from Boston. What do I got to give to you?
It's just a bunch of beans.
Pizza?
Is that what you guys still tattoo all over yourself? Just beans, Paul?
Yeah, right.
Let's just get something straight. We tattoo whatever the fuck we want on it.
Well,
Holy shit.
all this wrestling talk has got everybody chippy.
I'm coming out of the booth. I'm coming out of the booth.
Clearly.
Oh,
No, it's Glenn Fitch or whatever you do.
Sponsored by Josh.
The Glenn Fitch.
Man. All right,
I
you
don't-
guys are way ahead of me. What in the living hell?
No, sir. I like that
see
one.
that.
That's cool.
Oh wow, yeah, that is ridiculous. So do
Definitely.
you prefer doing black and white or color?
I like it all, but what I prefer is like subject matters
Okay.
and certain styles. I don't typically do it like a Japanese traditional or American traditional, that old school stuff. There's guys who are awesome at that, and so I'll leave it to them. I just like doing like realistic, scary stuff,
Yeah.
or just any kind of challenge for myself, like that Wonder Woman I did. I think it was yesterday. I just loved it.
So you just finished that yesterday. I know Mickey had a picture of the Wonder Woman somewhere. If you can find that, Mickey, put it up. Yeah, look at that. That's a beautiful. I mean, that's a beautiful portrait.
Thank you very much. No, that's definitely based on an Alex Ross painting. He's amazing. So I couldn't top it. His Wonder Woman for sure. So I just turned it into a good tattoo. I had so much fun with that.
Is that on a male or a female?
It's on a male, a human male.
A human male? Thank you for clarifying.
It's even worse. I heard people used to tattoo pigs. Is that still a thing?
Yeah, we still do. Yep.
Insert
Put numbers on them.
So how do you get them to hold still? Do you anesthetize them or something?
Glenfiddich Scotch. Go for the 15-year.
I knew it. I knew it was. Pigs love Scotch though. That's
Yeah,
easy.
they do.
Was that a shot at me? I think that was a shot at me.
Pigs love Scotch. So does Paul. How's that?
Jeez. There you go.
You dirty pig.
Unbelievable, guys. Send the kids to bed. This one's getting out of control.
Yeah, I'm calling mom. Have her come, something.
I was kidding.
So this pumpkin this vegetable I got here is like a hybrid between some sort of a Japanese kaboko, whatever you call it, and it's really thick, man.
Oh, nice.
Much like you, Luke, I've had this thing sitting there for probably close to 2 months, and I've been avoiding.
It's got a name for it too. It's a Japanese name, I think.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Apocalypse squash.
Yeah, they kind of just. I don't know what it's called. I wish I had kept the sticker on it, but it's pretty good.
All right.
Yeah.
What's the grain? Is it like the grain of a kabocha? Like that kind of?
It's firmer. It's really dense. It's almost like a hard clay. It's pretty good.
All right. I'll go to my local Japanese market and get one.
What I do is when I finish it, I'll make sure that I have the name of it, and then when I post it online, I'll just include the name.
Those are delicious too.
What is it?
You eat them?
Awesome.
Damn it! I'm struggling right now.
No, you're not. It looks great.
No, I'm like lost in where to go next. Kind of looks like some of Planet of the Apes guy right now.
Devious Dr. Zayas.
Devious.
Devious Zayas. That's it.
He was, I don't know, was he a villain? I don't know. I'm not that familiar.
You know, I think all of them are villains if you're a human, right?
Good point.
Yeah.
I mean, look what they did do to the Statue of Liberty, for God's sake.
They blew it up, didn't they?
I mean, it's on a beach.
I don't think that was their fault, was it?
I blame them. They clearly did it on purpose.
Clearly, I agree.
It was,
That's cool.
Oh wow, that's insane. So did somebody come up with a picture of their beloved pet, and you recreated it in this form?
that was that young man's first tattoo.
No way.
Yeah, I'd like to see it again. I want to know how it healed up, but he sat good for hours for that.
Wow.
Yeah, I see blank spots in that I want to attack. So
I know you're just like us. Like no matter what, it's never finished, right?
yep. Paul, I got an answer for what that's called. It's called a Tetsuka Budo.
Tetsuka Budo?
Tetsuka Budo.
Oh, thank you. I'll forget that in 3 seconds. 10 seconds to write it down.
Oh,
Tetsuka Budo. Would you Google it? The Googly?
The wife came through. She's my tech support over here.
Right on.
oh, that's the name of the squash. Okay.
Yes, I
Not the
highly
name of the dog. Not the name of the dog you're doing. Okay.
at this point I'd say I highly recommend it. It's pretty good.
All right, I'm gonna try one. There's a Japanese market we go to. My kids are.
I got mine from Market Basket.
I got 3 girls, Luke, and they're all enamored with Japanese culture and you know, it's starting from little kids, Hello Kitty, all the way through to anime and stuff like that.
Nihao Kailan.
Nihao Kailan. No, not that. That's PBS nonsense. But
Easy.
and by the way, that's Chinese. Thanks a lot, Paul. Way to screw it up.
Carve your pumpkin.
So anyway, we always go to this thing, and they always get the coolest stuff. And I end up trying to buy the stuff that no one would ever eat, like the dried squid and the jellyfish in a bag and stuff like that. And I'm getting it in Tucson, for God's sake. Okay, so I know it's not good. I know I'm gonna get sick, but we always try, and we try that. Our newest challenge is trying the hottest ramen we can muster. They always have ones that are just like in these. I mean, it looks like every other ramen in the world, like little boxes, little squares. But we try to get the ones that are the hottest, most deadly ones, and see if you can finish the whole thing. So, little fun stuff to do on the side.
That sounds awesome. I would actually do that. I have a friend who does the Kit Kats. They always have the really, crazy flavored Kit Kats. Yeah,
green tea and red bean and
like the velvet cake. They have like crazy flavors. Super cool.
Matt, have you ever done the Pocky Chip Challenge?
No. Well, tell me about it. What is that? I know Pocky Chips are, but you have to do a challenge. We have to eat as many as you can, or what is it?
That's easy.
I have a feeling
it's called the Pocky Chip Challenge. It's supposed to be like the hottest chip in the world. You buy it. It comes in a package of 1. It's just one good sized tortilla chip with the spice on it. If you YouTube just Pocky Chip Challenge, you could literally get to go down a rabbit hole of hilariousness with people just dying in agony.
That's awesome.
Shaq ate one on the set, and he had to leave the set. It was so funny.
Oh my God! Okay.
Yeah,
it's funny. Funny you should bring that up. I have a feeling I'm about to do that this Saturday.
Oh, I thought you said like right now. I was like, right now, that'd be great. Let's go.
Exactly.
Hey, we got to practice. Hey, look, you got to practice. Let's just
just take a bite. Take a bite. Hurt. It's not that bad.
Yeah, it's easy.
I have done another one of those challenges. I've done it twice. It's like the death nut. It's peanuts.
Yeah, I heard of that one too.
Oh, it's
terrible.
Yeah, it's got its moments. It's delicious, but
I was gonna say, if you're gonna do it again on Saturday, it can't be that bad.
it is so heinous. I felt like I was getting abducted by aliens at the end of it. And the next morning too. I felt like I had been abducted by aliens. You know what I mean?
Right on. Yeah, a little burning going on there.
Down, yeah. There's a Netflix special called "We Are the Champions" that you got to watch, and it's about these. If you haven't seen it, it's about the among all the other things, it's contests people do, and one of them's the wheel of cheese down that hill in England where everyone breaks their bones. But this one, they have one about eating hot peppers, and the guy who made the Carolina Reaper puts on this thing, and there's a list of 12 or 13 peppers, and you're sitting there on a stage having to eat two at a time or something like that. And the sixth one in the list is the Carolina Reaper, but the other, and it goes up in hotness. So the Carolina Reaper, which is world's record hottest pepper there is, and then it goes another 6 hotter.
Oh, God.
And these people are like sweating, boogers running down their face, crying, But as soon as you drink milk, throw up, or stand up, you're out of the contest, and it's a wonderful thing to watch. It's really fun.
I was gonna say, it sounds like a good watch.
Yeah. Don't do it. Just watch it. Yeah.
Hell no.
So we are coming up to an hour and 20 minutes now, Luke.
Already?
We did not lie to you at the top of this that it would go fast. We have about 10 minutes left, so we wanted to go around and see. Let's solo in on what you got there. So how far are you from?
Wow.
I mean, that is tremendous. How far do you think you'll take this? How many more?
I'm gonna do 5 or 6, 7 minutes. I'm at the knife point, so I'm gonna get these wrinkles cut in and do the eyes, and I'm gonna tell him my plans, and he's gonna take credit for them, which are quite devious.
Yep.
And
He's a villain, so he's stealing them from you.
Wow, that is
Wow.
a great detail. Amazing.
Very cool. Light is all right.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. It's awesome. It really, I think it was just the light, the way that it was hitting it. It actually looked like the actual eye was like looking at you. It was like it's the way that it's just the way it caught the light right there. Like the eye was just like looking 90 degrees the way it shouldn't be. Super cool.
So now you don't have to carve that part. Good job, Luke.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's got those just pure white evil spellcaster eyes.
Yeah, right.
I meant to do that.
Like it rolled up. Really cool. Paul, what do you got?
Well, I'm work in progress. I don't know, the lighting's a little funky tonight. There we go. But
yeah, cool.
Nah, super cool.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I can see the smirk already.
Yeah, I'm staying away from the mouth for now. I can always go back to it. I want to get the this kind of the brow angle and everything kind of right.
That's the
I want
important.
to see how far back I can push the eyes too, because it's so solid. I got no push on that at all. It's crazy, even in here.
That's crazy.
I'll probably spend a little more time. I might even actually tap out later on tonight and go at it a little bit tomorrow with a knife. That's Yep.
Oh, you're Simeon over there. That's cool.
All right, so I'm thinking so my lighting isn't perfect either, but so I've got a guy who's he's kind of got thin lips. Let's see if I can get a little bit better lighting on him. Maybe better.
Yeah.
So I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do with the eyes. I'm gonna have him kind of squinting this one and then opening this one a little bit more. So I might turn up the side of the mouth a little more, but I'm just roughing in the schnozzle. And he's got these scars that are kind of coming up through here, so I don't know how to incorporate them. But he'll have a nice slice scar like through his lip, something like that. We'll see.
Very Dr. Evil.
Yeah, give him a chin,
Yeah.
Dr. Evil through the eye. Yeah,
Bond villain look,
give him a milky eye. That'd be kind of nice.
Nice. I like that idea, actually, giving him the milky eye with the scar running through it.
Yeah.
Nice,
He
man.
is evil, and he is what's our thing again? The 17th? Yeah,
Devious villain.
Devious. I keep wanting to say sinister. I got to start writing it down. I really do.
You always got me right here.
2 words I have to remember as my subject.
No. You know what I love is Luke. Luke, by the time this thing bell rings here, he's going to be done, and off to get more of that Kentucky moonshine or water.
Yeah, same
or
thing.
whatever. But at the same time, I probably have another couple hours in this stupid thing. I'm like,
Well, don't forget that Luke had his skinned, which takes like an hour and a half anyway. So he had
that's true.
You know, don't count yourself out there, Harper.
So Luke, when it comes to hot ones, oh no way. So McFrazzlestash he's got the Reaper. Yeah, that is a really strong one.
Yeah, my girlfriend grows peppers, and we had some Carolina Reapers.
Holy crap!
That doesn't even sound fun.
No, I mean, why would you put yourself through that? But oh well.
Well, it's fun to watch, and it's fun to have people watch you go through it.
Yeah,
I guess if it's like that, if there's comedy involved, I like it.
Exactly. You can watch someone suffer for free.
A special kind of weirdo to just do it by yourself because you're hungry.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you don't film it. It didn't happen.
Yeah.
Hey, I one other question for you, Luke. When it comes to the time you spent with Ray, did you get to meet like all the Russians and I guess Dean Arnold and all those guys, right? Brandy, all those amazing sculptors. So did you? I know you were talking about doing the sets. I'm just fascinated by like that whole process because it looked like so much fun from the outside. Did you just get to then carve in the afternoons or evenings, like when people were coming by? Is that how that worked?
In the weeks heading up to that event, well, definitely those Russian guys, Dmitry and what's his name?
Torkov. Nikolai.
Oh, man, those guys are wicked, super
Oh,
talented.
God.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh man, anything they can touch, they can just mold it like wax. It's
Yeah.
amazing. Ilya Philemonstead, hello.
Oh, Ilya. Yeah.
He's amazing. But I was, earning my strap, I guess. I was just helping out wherever I could, try to make myself useful.
Yeah.
And when the show opened, then it was time to carve.
Okay.
And I was exhausted. And it was beat. It was fun.
So I can picture at the end of the night, you guys are everyone's gone home. You guys just sit back, tilt a few back, or I guess pull a few. Anyway,
I would love to say that was true.
Oh, you just went to bed.
I was. Some of those days were 9 a.m. to 9 a.m.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, then I'm putting it in my mind as this beautiful, fun experience. But I get it. It's obviously it's very.
It was still all that. It was still not very much.
Yeah.
But
A lot goes into those shows, Matty. You'll see next year if we get you out in Chicago. You'll see they're long days and pumpkins. You lift a bunch of pumpkins over and over again. They get heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to carve 1,000.
Wow.
I went home before the event was over, so I missed the little wrap party at the end and stuff like that. Not a big deal. I had my own thing to do here. It was great.
Yeah.
I had such a good time. I'd do it in a heartbeat, like I said earlier. They called me.
That's cool. I'm sure it'll happen again.
All those people were such a treat to work with. Like,
I bet.
It's like, I don't know how many we had there. Sue Beatrice, Brandy Davis, Dean Arnold, the Russian guys, Luke Schroder, this guy from Iowa. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I heard of him.
Yeah, that guy.
So before we end for tonight, I wanted to bring it all back home. I don't have anything wrestling, but I do have this to share. It's a picture of Danzig and Bernie Sanders.
I probably know who made that.
It's so funny. It's a staged photo, but at the same time, I'll bet that's exactly how Glenn goes to the beach.
Oh heck yeah!
Yeah.
Heck yeah! He's on the beach.
He wears white out. sunblock.
That's a character. That guy's name is Radu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is the character the one who pumps a lot of iron, or is it Glenn?
That's Glenn.
Okay.
I can't answer for him.
Tell him I said hello.
Yeah, he's gonna Jeet Kune Do me across the jaw.
Yeah, that's one thing about Ray's sculptures, or the folks. He always leaves in the extras that you have in on your sculpture right now. The little tendrils and those always add so much character. I go to the dumb grocery store or something and try to get stuff, and it never, because they always just hack it off. Anyway, I love having those extras because you grew it yourself.
Yep, I loved it. I would have been ashamed to lose it. I actually did glue the stem back on because it did. But
there goes mine. Yeah, now it's all the magic goes gone.
You just ruined the magic.
well,
You
yeah,
didn't even have to say it, bro.
I wouldn't have said it if I didn't record this whole carving yesterday.
Oh, good point.
Oh, that's right.
We have to go back to that. Forgot.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're matching up with your hands pretty well. It's I don't know how you're doing that.
Yeah,
He had it all planned out.
I'm sitting here drinking scotch.
You and Paul, I got it.
So that brings us to the end of another episode of Carvers and Creators. Everybody's going to probably still keep on carving and talking after this, but we're going to shut it down. Luke, is there any place that we can find you and some of your work and how to get in touch with you and see?
Get a tattoo from him. How do you get a tattoo from the guy? That's what I want.
You can come to Sioux City, Iowa at Addictive Tattoo and get the tattoo. You can find me on all the social, and the hub for that is lukeschroder.com.
Nice. And you can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. Thoroughly enjoyed today, and Luca, we'd love to have you back. I mean, there's so much more to talk about. We have so much, and you work so fast. Like it's so. Maybe next time you can do two in one sitting, if you don't mind.
I'm so happy you guys invited me to come on this show. Thank you very much for having me. It's been a blast. Nice really meeting you guys and talking to you.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Our pleasure.
Yeah, when I'm in Sioux City, I'm getting ink from you, my friend.
You better.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back next Thursday, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. I don't know why I have so much trouble with that. Atlantic. Yeah. But thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time. Good night, everyone.
Good night.